Guys, so I'm taking some product photos right now. That's why I have these lashes on. I'm trying to do my favorite lashes video for you guys, but then I realized that some of my older photos for these lashes weren't that great, so I'm kind of retaking photos right now. And I kind of wanted to talk about something. That's why I'm webcamming. I tend to vlog, through my webcam because sometimes I don't really say exactly what I mean, and wording's pretty important, so I try not to say things in a way where people can distort what I'm saying. And so I'm probably gonna have to refilm this a few times. I don't really know. But anyways, I wanted to address some comments that I get on my fitness and health videos. So as you guys know, I'm a very big advocate of eating healthy and living an active lifestyle. But I do think people kind of stumble onto these videos and I get a lot of nasty comments, and I don't really have a problem with haters. Whatever, haters are all over YouTube. What are you gonna do, right? But to people that just honestly don't understand why I do what I do, let me just address the first top 3 comments I get that I don't necessarily agree with. So the first comment I get is from people who are just not fat. Okay, I never said I was obese. I never, obviously, other people say, oh, try losing 300 pounds, blah, 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 blah. I never said that I was overweight to begin with. I never, ever, ever said that, right? And I know that I was not overweight, but for me it wasn't a problem with being overweight. It was just about, I don't know, it's just weird. Girls have this obsession with being fat. They have this aversion to fat, which is why when you go to the gym, right? You go to the gym, there's almost always more males than females. And the males tend to be in very good shape, I think, comparatively to the females. And this is why. It's because men, in order to be considered in shape, they have to work out, right? The abs, the biceps, the legs, whatever, calf muscles, whatever it is that they're working out. Women just have to be slender. Now, it's easier for a woman to be naturally slender than a man to be, naturally buff. But, for me, it wasn't about being fat. I don't have this huge phobia of being overweight. It was just about being, the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. And I didn't understand why people think that you have to be overweight to start taking care of yourself. And that being said, being overweight or being underweight doesn't make you healthy or unhealthy. That's why I don't hop onto a scale, because I feel like you don't need a scale to let you know, am I healthy or am I not unhealthy? Do you really need the numbers on a scale to tell you that? Because 2 people can be the same exact height, the same exact weight, and be, varying levels of health depending on how much muscle they have, depending on how much fat they have. If you've ever seen how much 1 pound of muscle looks like and 1 pound of fat looks like, 1 pound of fat is like 3 times bigger than a pound of muscle. So, people can be just a lot denser because they have a lot more muscle. And so I know that I wasn't overweight, but it had nothing to do with being overweight. Like I said, it was just about being the best version of myself that I could possibly be. A second most common comment: oh my god, you're anorexic. You have an eating disorder. I don't have an eating disorder. I eat like 5-6 times a day. On the weekends, I eat whatever I want. I drink boba. For a while, it was like every day. But I've been trying to cut down to like every other day. But I ate a lot, and it had nothing to do with that. Actually, and other people are like, oh, go eat a sandwich. Just eat some chips for God's sake, It's not like I don't eat unhealthy food. If anything, I love food. And the reason why I started taking care of myself, on top of like health reasons and stuff too, was I wanted to be able to eat all the things I wanted to eat with that, still being comfortable with my body. And I really think working out is only a problem. Unhealthy goals or unhealthy means. Like I said, I was never overweight to begin with. It's not like, I was 300 pounds and I was like, I need to be down to 95 pounds. That's not, what it was for me. For what it was for me was, I wasn't the happiest with my body. And it wasn't bad, I was, oh my god, I'm so overweight. But I do think that, I just wanted some abs. Honestly, I just wanted abs. That was it. And in order to have abs, you have to have pretty low body fat. Now, this is why it always kind of, people who really want nice toned tummies or flat abs, if you're sitting there and all you're doing is just doing a million crunches, you can do crunches all day long, every waking minute of your life, but you're wasting your time. Honestly, good diet, lots of exercise, it's going to cut down your body fat so you can get those abs. Just like guys, guys who work out all the time, even if they work out every day, if their body fat is too high, they're not going to have that 6-pack. You have to have pretty low body fat in order for abs to show. So I just wanted abs, not super 6-pack abs. I just wanted, a nice flat toned tummy. That was really it. It's not like I had a gut, but I wanted it to look nice and tight. This goes into my last discussion. And other people are like, you're Asian. Oh my gosh, you don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, hello, you're Asian. You guys are just naturally skinny. Hello, look at the obesity charts for Asians versus Caucasians. Okay. You're half right. Asians are not as obese as other races. Now here's the problem with that. Asians have the highest body fat, so who cares? People don't believe me, and people got all up in arms about my last video where I was talking about being skinny fat. Asians are skinny fat. I kid you not. And I don't think people realize it really until they're older. And then it kind of kicks in because the thing is, like, if you look at a lot of older Asian families, a lot of them have diabetes, a lot of them are overweight, and a lot of times when Asian girls gain weight, I feel like they almost never get rid of it completely because we're not taught how, It's not important in our culture to be healthy. It's not important in our culture, to eat the right things. Like my mom and my dad, they would never ever touch, raw vegetables. They're like, oh no, that's like peasant food. You can't do that. Just because it's not in the culture. I just think, convenience food obviously has affected all races, but particularly Asians because we don't make it important to be healthy and active. So yes, Asians aren't as obese as other races, but like I said, what does weight or BMI have to do anything? Obesity is measured by your BMI, which is your weight versus your height. So it doesn't take into account at all, how much of your body is fat, how much of it is muscle, because all these things count. And Asians have the highest body fat comparatively, which is why they want to actually lower the BMI ratings for Asians because we're lighter. Yeah, but the packaging is smaller, but then we're not as healthy as we look, I think. Is the main point. And are some of us really, really naturally skinny? There are, but I know a lot of Asian girls. I only know one who can't gain weight. One of them. She sits there and she gorges herself all the time. She just can't gain weight. And that's the same how it is with every race, right? Any race. This has nothing to do with race. Just some people are like that. But trust me, every other Asian girl I know can gain weight. And they have at one point. And they're just like, they freak out. They're like, oh my god. Because I think also what people don't realize is that Asian girls also hold themselves to a higher standard of being average, right? I've heard a lot of Asian girls say, they're afraid to be what Americans consider average. Because for Asian races, right, a lot of people consider that to be overweight. That's the truth. Right? If you look at Asian celebrities, so skinny. Their legs are like the size of my arms. They're so skinny. And that's what we hold ourselves to. That's what other races hold us to, too. And I think that's where a lot of, that kind of maintenance comes in. And a lot of people don't believe me when I say, like, this whole skinny fat thing. But go to the beach. Look at Asian girls in bikinis. They look small, right? But then a lot of times they just are a little bit like Poochie. That's just kind of how we are, naturally, if we don't work out and stuff like that. I do think it's easier for an Asian to tone up because, I do think the packaging, like I said, is a little bit smaller. I think the mass of fat that we have to lose is a little bit less than other races, but it's really, we're really not all that naturally skinny is my point. And like I said, it wasn't about being skinny for me. It was about being the best version of myself that I could possibly be. And it was just about having abs because I was, I really didn't feel comfortable, in a bikini or anything like that. And I would get skinny fat too. People don't understand this. I'm talking about myself too. And so I would get skinny fat too. And I didn't like it, so I did something about it. And, a lot of people don't understand, like, why I'm very adamant about this or why this is something that I do all the time. And that's because for any, physical change or health change, it has to be a lifestyle change. It has to be something that you employ every single day. A lot of people, when they try to lose weight, they're yo-yo dieters. They go do this extreme hardcore diet, no this, no that, and then they lose weight really quickly, and they stop, and then they gain it all back. And that's why, because you're not changing your lifestyle. So you're always going to gain it back. If you do the same things over and over again and expect different results, it doesn't make any sense. So that is why. It is a lifestyle change. And also, like I said, my family does have a lot of health problems. Even myself, I have really bad blood sugar problems. If I don't eat in the morning, my vision will go completely black, like just black, within seconds of me walking around or getting up, not even doing anything really physical. So I can feel it. Most of my family has diabetes, as do many Asian families, because that is, we're just, honestly, I don't think people realize that we're not as healthy as we look. So I just figured I would address some of the comments I received. So yeah, that wasn't a rant video. That was just me trying to explain. But yeah. Anyways, I will have other videos up soon. Sorry, I had footage the other day, and I blew it up, and I really didn't like it, and so I'm going to have to refilm that, but time has been kind of sparse lately. But I will get it done, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, sorry. And so I guess a lot of other people, let me just say this really quickly. I guess a lot of people would ask then, well, why do you do these fitness and health videos? And, you know, I don't like to make my channel about fitness and health because I'm not a trainer, I'm not a dietitian, so I don't try to pretend to be any of these things, but I do like, you know, to help people, obviously, because I actually get a lot of messages, you know, as much flack as I get for these videos, I get a lot of messages from people, like, you know, finally, I've, you know, lost these pounds that I gained after I had kids, or, you know, after I got older, and I'm so happy because it's staying off, and it really works, I'm not hungry, I'm not starving myself, because I really just think people don't know, you know, what to do, and they make a lot of mistakes along the way. Like, I made a lot of mistakes along the way. I think everyone who gets into bodybuilding or just like regular fitness, you're gonna make some mistakes along the way. You know, that just happens because you either learn from, you know, your friends, like learn from the internet, and things that work for one person don't necessarily work for another person, you know. Actually, fitness is a lot like skincare. I really feel like it's part nurture, part nature. You know, it's partly what you're given and partly what you do with it. So yeah, but that is why I do those videos, because it really does make me happy to be able to help people. And I've always been an advocate of taking care of what you already have, as opposed to, you know, trying to cover up what you have. You know, like foundation. I like foundation. I wear it once in a while. I wear it when I, you know, take photos or things like that, just because it looks better than bare skin, I think, in flash photography. But I try to advocate skincare over foundation. You know what I mean? Or, you know, I think it's great that women have, you know, ways that they can dress or ways that they can put their clothes so that, you know, they can flatter their body type or, you know, hide things that they don't really want to be shown. But I think it's even better when, you know, take off your makeup or, you know, take off your clothes and you're about to go in the shower and you look in the mirror, whatever it is that you do. And I think that's even better when you're just happy with what you see. Now, are looks the most important thing in life? No, I'm not saying they are. I promise you, I do not think that looks are the most important thing in life. But the truth is, how you view yourself, I do think affects your happiness a lot. And so that is why I do these videos, because if my stupid ranting videos can, you know, be of any help to anyone, I think that's a great thing. And if they're not, then you can click out. I'm not sure. YouTube's changed a lot recently, so it's somewhere up here. Just hit that X. And I will talk to you guys later.